It has been a while, a hot minute, maybe a month or so since I made a proper video. But we're not doing a game today. We're not reacting today, surprisingly. But this is something new. I finally got my model finished. I did not get anybody to do it as much as I really wanted to, but I was not going to be sitting there and paying almost $1,000 for that. I know why it cost $1,000 almost now. I see why, but it was not going to happen. I'm sorry. Because I know there are a lot of pretty good Live 2D riggers, and I know some of them, like, their product is worth the money, but that is money I do not have, so that wasn't gonna happen. So I'd rather not have to pay somebody almost $1,000 for something that I could probably learn to do in maybe a couple of days, months, whatever the case may be. But I have actually learned how to use Live 2D, and now it took a week. Technically, it took a week for me because I was like off for a whole week, but it took a week for me to kind of learn and go along with the stuff as I did it. But to do it completely, like, I had to like start over maybe 3 times, 2 or 3 times max. And on the second try, I was halfway done, but then I felt like I messed up, so I tried over maybe a third time. I did try it over a third time, and then I pretty much got everything done all in 1 day and a half. I managed to get what I could done, and I want to say it turned out well, but it definitely could be looking better. I like the way it looks. It is very cute. It's very cute, but I'll take y'all through the process because it was a good minute. Now, once I show y'all what it looks like, I will more than likely be using it for a good minute, but I will also do some tweaking here and there to kind of test myself on what to do, what not to do, etc. So that way I can make it a little bit better, because when y'all see it, I think y'all be able to know what I'm talking about. This will be the process of me getting it done. I think my main focus was trying to mainly getting it together, so that way I could figure out if this is something that is for me, or I should pay somebody else to do it, because the time it took, it does, to me personally, it does take hours, plenty of hours, isolated hours, and actual dedication, because it took me a while to actually not be motivated to do it, but motivation was going into that too, but not just motivation, it was also more of confidence, I guess, like can I do this, can I not do this, etc. When I first started on it, this is not a tutorial, because I went through so many tutorials and trying to figure out how I was going to be able to do this, if I was doing it right. I went through so many videos on trying to figure out how to do this, and like in between I was thinking about, like, do I really want to go through all this, or do I want to pay $1,000 and still waiting for somebody else to do it for me? I don't know if I'm going to be going into the same tradition as other VTubers with the whole debut and graduating. I don't know if I'm going to do that, because that's not the type of thing that I would like to do, that I would just like to stop making content forever. It's something that I actually want to do. And I found out that people were graduating because it meant they couldn't do content creation anymore. That's crazy to me, because I'm not doing it. I'd rather stick around for as long as I can anyhow, because who's going to tell me no? Aside from that, we are going to go through the process of seeing how I did this and how many tries and errors it took for me to fix it here and there, because a couple of the times I was like really, really frustrated, for sure, about, am I doing this right? Is there something else I need to fix, etc. but I think the head part was the easiest part. I'm going through all these trials and errors about, am I tilting the head right? Is it going to spin around? And I got an upside down head for no reason. I got to tilt to the left and right, up and down. And I'm still, like I said, when you guys see it, you'll be able to see that when I do the head part, it's okay, but it could be better. But it's okay for the moment. I'm okay with it for the moment until I can actually get it together. It's a good work in progress so far, because it could have been messier, especially for my first time. It could have been a lot worse. As far as the head goes, that I felt like that was the easiest part. Now, the eye part was the difficult part, because that's mainly the factor that you have to work on the most, because especially if you have a lot of details that you want to go to your eyes. I didn't realize that it was a big factor. You know, you have to have all these separate layers. So my layering was from my head line art to the head skin to the head shadow, because you do have to have shadows when you're making your model, so that way when you turn your head you can see, you know, the light reflecting off your face and shadow going in the other direction, etc. Plus the hair. So I have to separate the hair into 3 layers. I have to separate by hairline, back puff, front puff, so that way, you know, my puffs will move when I make my head move. I only managed to get one to move because the second one was acting stupid, so I gave up on. I gave up on the second one because I'm still going to figure that out. But regardless, then we move on to the eyes. So I have them in certain folders as well. So I got the head in one folder, the hair in another folder, and the eyes in a whole different folder, because you have to keep them separate. Now, as far as the eyes go, the eyes was my main issue that was taking me forever. And it's not like I don't have a lot of details in my eyes. I don't. Now, I definitely could have, and I wish I did, because I should have taken my time. I did. But to have them separate, especially if you're going to have a lot of detail in your eyes, I would say to make sure to keep up with them, because you have to. And I didn't realize that the first 2 times I was dealing with it. So the only way I kind of like separated my layers was by, you know, the eyelid. I keep my eye makeup on my model, but not on the I do have my eye makeup on my model, but not on my PNG Vtuber thing. That was the main factor. And sometimes I make like my art without the makeup, which is like an on and off thing. I kind of accepted it to be an on and off thing, not like a whole official thing, because who's gonna get up every day put on purple eyeshadow? I don't. But I'd rather keep it that way. Yeah, so I do keep the eye makeup on separate layers, as well as the eyeball. So the eyeballs are on the way I have it. I have the eye line, the eye color, the eye highlight, the eye glow, the pupil, and the pupil shine. So that's the 6 layers. So 6 layers each for each eyeball, plus the eye white and the bottom lash and the upper lashes. So not the lash, but the lashes. So the lash and the lashes are on 2 separate layers, but the bottom lash has its own layer for each eye. For each eye. And then the eyebrows have their own, you know, layer as well, but they're all in one folder. They're all in one eye folder, so you keep it that way. It's, like I said, this is not gonna be a tutorial, but this is what I've learned so far. My nose is also in a different layer. I have 2 layers for my nose. So I have a nose line and nose shadow. As far as my head, I do have my ears on 2 layers, 2 separate layers. So left and right. They can't be on the same layer. They have to be. Well, as far as what I learn, you can have your you could do your model in one layer, but I don't know how to do that, so I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you have the patience and the time to do that. Now, as far as the mouth goes, so the mouth, I would say the mouth was like the easiest part to do, kinda, which is why I say kinda. Is my main reason why I say you guys will see what it looks like when it comes out, because that's been my main problem since I started. I have my mouth in a whole different folder, but different layers. So in the mouth folder, you have to have your upper lip, your upper teeth, the back of your, how do I say that without being weird? The back of your mouth, your tongue. Now, if you want to have, because I had 2 layers for the tongue. I have tongue out and tongue, regular tongue. But you can have that too if you really want to do the tongue out. Your bottom teeth, and then your bottom lip. Now, as far as I go with the bottom, actually both lips, they're a big issue, kinda, because y'all see what skin color I am. So I have the upper lip as like a darker shade, but it's attached to my top lip, so I kind of had to do like a lot of rigging to kind of make it natural looking in a way, which sucked because it's like it's such a dual tone, because that makes it a lot more work to do, but it was fun to do. It was. Now, my issue with the mouth was that when I was trying to do it the first couple times, I kind of made a stank face, and I wasn't trying to make a stank face. I don't think I took a picture of it, but I think you'll be able to see it that I made a stank face, and I really wasn't trying to, and it annoyed me because I was trying to figure out why it bothered me so much, and I figured out why it bothered me so much. That's why. And I wasn't trying to do that face. I wasn't trying to do her face at all. I'm so sorry. I mean, I figured out how to get rid of it because it wasn't gonna stay. But after I did like a lot of trial and error with the mouth, I don't know if I even recorded fixing it up. I don't know. You guys will see. You guys will see. Now, as far as the neck goes, the neck is all in its own layer. I don't have a shadow for the neck. I do have a regular thing from the neck. It's just in one layer. It's detached from the torso, but that's mainly just because it's supposed to be attached to your head anyway, so that way when you move your head, it moves with you. Now, the difficult part of it, I guess, like the neck was really the easiest thing out of this whole thing. I don't think I really wanted my ears like, flick and twitch, because that wasn't like my biggest thing per se. I did not think the whole hoodie through. I'm gonna be honest, I did not think the whole hoodie through as far as like the sleeves go. Now, as far as the rest of the body goes, legs aren't moving. Not for real, I don't think. Yeah, the legs aren't moving. They don't move because I'm not doing the full body thing. Now, when I get to that point, you guys will definitely see when I do get to that point. But this is just a trial and error of what I can do and what I can't do and how far the range goes. Yeah, this was all done. I want to say this is like literally technically done all in 2 days, 2 or 3 days, because I've seen other people saying, "Oh, it takes months to do." I took 2 weeks to do this. I took a week to learn, to like watch, and 2 days to actually 2 or 3 days to actually do it. And I believe that you guys can too. So if you guys are up for it, like I was, because the only reason why I did this is because I got intrigued into Kenji. He's like the very first VTuber I've ever seen, and I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw him. I don't know if it was one of my best friends or if it was me that saw a video of him and it was like, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. Because it's one thing to be a YouTuber, you know, you get a camera. The camera's a choice, but to do it, I think I'd have to work up to actually doing it. But yeah, like I said, you guys will be able to see the totality of it, the outcome of what I made, and hopefully it'll, you know, do me some justice in the next couple of days or next couple of, you know, years, I guess, year or so, until I can, you know, get better at rigging. But here it is. Y'all will see it. I'm still trying to figure out how to do the debut thing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm more than likely gonna be working on it here and there, probably going live, letting you guys see the progress of what's going on. If you have any questions, all I can do is tell you to look at tutorials. There's plenty of good tutorials, and I'll even leave them in the description below. Aside from that, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Keep your heads in the clouds, and I will see you up there.